Hello and welcome to today's League of Legends Roundup, where we cover the playoff matches that occurred in the LCK and LPL this morning, as well as preview what's to come tomorrow in those two regions. In the description of the video, you will find a link to the Discord if you'd like to join a watch party. We have watch parties going on. Today there was one. Just go to the rules and roles and, that channel, and click the little microphone and you'll be notified when a watch party goes on. As long as a mod is present, it's fine with me in case someone does something stupid. We have a mod there. Also, you'll see there's a Patreon link. That is to throw $5 my way to help me out, trying to get this channel off the ground and allowing me to continue to do it. And as well, there's a $20 monthly subscription for esports, like insight in terms of betting and gambling. I do my predictions there. I went 2-0 today, 3-0 so far the last couple days. Over the entire summer split, I'm at about 70%. Over-unders not so hot, 54%, but winners 70%. So if you like that sort of stuff, that's there. Later on today, I'm going to upload my LEC wrap-up video. If you missed my LPL and LCK ones, those came out the last 2 days, where I go over the teams that missed the playoffs individually, highlight the all-pro teams that I thought, my opinion, the all-pro teams for the regions, and also give my playoff predictions. Those videos are out. Yesterday, I also did a patch 12-15 breakdown where I went over the teams most helped by it. I did do Misfits a slight disservice. I was told that Akali got banned quite a bit against them this past split, and it's hard to find stats against specific teams in that way, so it's something I overlooked. So Misfits actually are more boosted than not only what I put on there. So that's a thing. However, only the LPL are on 12-15 so far. LCK is sticking with 12-14, and that's how we start this. Sandbox and DRX. Sandbox 13-5, DRX 9-9, and Sandbox win 3-1. First two games were absolute blowouts by Sandbox. They really got out to a big lead. Prince dominant in bot lane. DRX would respond in game 3 in a big way. And then in game 4, actually, it was very tight. It could have went either way for quite a while. And in the end, Sandbox were able to pretty much choke out DRX, putting Dove on Ornn in all three of their wins, which kind of makes sense because Dove is definitely the weak link on the team. Prince went 25, 6, and 19 with 39% of the team's damage in bot. Closer 12, 5, and 26. Deft 15, 9, and 20 with 33% of DRX's damage. And Kingen went 11, 8, and 16 in top because he was against an Ornn in 3 games. Played well on the Gwen in 1. In my opinion, really, DRX, like I said yesterday in my LCK playoff predictions, I do think they're the 6th ranked team of the playoff teams. I do not think they're going to win in the gauntlet. However, they did look better than I expected in this one. I had it 3-0 and ended up being a close 3-1. In mid, it was kind of a toss-up. I have Zika as my second all-pro. Mid laner, closer third, both behind Chovy. And it was a close series, went 2-2. Closer's stats across the 4 games look better. But in individual games, it was 2-2. So that's a thing. But it came down to the bot lanes. Like I said, I had Prince versus Deft as my key players, like I have over here. And Prince got the better of him, so that's how that went. LPL and, LPL. And then LNG versus BLG is what we saw. LNG 3-1. So this one, this is interesting now. So they're on 12-15. Nocturne was buffed recently, Lane Nocturne was, and not in a massive way, and I don't remember if it was 12-13 or 12-14. But Doomby pulled it out twice. Went 1-1 on it, losing in game 3. And then he picked the Corki twice as well. Two champions we have not seen lately. Corki obviously more recent than Nocturne in lane, but in this split, really not much of either. Light, 26, 5, and 23 in bot for LNG, 31% of the damage, which was surprising given his recent results. He actually hadn't been that successful getting kills. Doinby, 14, 8, and 34, really affecting the Rift. Bin for BLG, 15, 9, and 12. And then Icon, 11, 13, 11, 32% of BLG's damage. Bin tried his hardest to get BLG some wins. Game 3 was all him. The Jax was an absolute menace. So they banned his Jax in game 4. He went on Fiora, and I think he went 2-2-4 in the loss. Bin actually was like 4-1-1 at one point on the Sejuani in game 1. And I said at the time, I was like, why the hell do they have him on Sejuani? I understand Sejuani is a good pick right now for some players, but Bin is your carry. Like, put Icon on Lissandra or something, Swain. I mean, they end up doing that, but, like, put him on something that is... I don't know if they put him on Swain. I think that was Zika's pick in the DRX series. But put him on things that are more facilitators, because the fact of the matter is, Bin is your best player. You need to get him ahead. And this is not a meta really for that, but they needed to. And in Game 3, they did that, gave him resources, and he got ahead and dominated. And in Game 4, he tried. He couldn't get it done. LNG come out ahead. Icon looked, out of place, going 11-13. I mean, more deaths than kills. Bin actually is the only player on BLG with more kills than deaths. It just... I don't know. BLG have a lot of problems. It's coming out now that, the rumors were true that they tried to get Knight and Tian this past offseason and couldn't land it. And that makes sense because they invested so much money into Uzi and Bin. Now, the fact of the matter is, we'll see what they do this summer with the team. Because there is potential there for them to... spend money. Rookie's a free agent. That's a thing. Dream is in Victory 5 as a backup. So if Victory 5 wants to keep Rookie, I doubt Dream or Dreams, I forget if it's an S plural or not, is going to be available. Maybe that's somebody BLG goes after. They are willing to spend money, so it'll be interesting to see. This is a team to watch this offseason with their deep pockets. Tomorrow, Damwon versus KT, both in my top 25. Actually, both in my top 12 of my power rankings. Damwon 9th at 11-7, KT 12th at 10-8. They played twice, as is the case in the LCK in the summer split double round robin. Week 3, day 3, Damwon won 2-0. Canyon 12, 4, and 21 in those two games, doing very well, carrying from the jungle, which may be one of his better series of the entire split, because a lot of times he was pretty lackluster and took a back seat. Week 7, day 3, KT won 2-0, aiming dominating in bot 14-3 and 10. So you're going to wonder, why do you have Showmaker on there? You didn't even mention him, and you have aiming. They're not going to match up. And it's like, this is how I view this series a bit here. So in top lane, Nuguri and Rascal is going to be close. Two very, very good top laners. I think it's close. I think Canyon has the edge in the jungle over Cuz for sure, but he didn't show it in the second series, so depending on what they pick, we'll find out if Canyon actually can take advantage of him or not. Showmaker should have the edge on Vikla, but the issue has been this split that Showmaker has not shown up. And, some people are like, well, you've got it. I mean, we're hoping Damwon shows up, and it's like, yeah, we do. Damwon is a very good team. They are a world's contending team if they are on, but they are not on right now. That's just as simple as that. They're not. They haven't been on all split long. So, Showmaker has to show up, and then there's aiming and Life versus Duck Dom and Kellen, and I give the edge by a mile to KT's bot lane. I think KT's bot lane is much better than Damwon's. I think that is KT's strongest point in this series. This is why I actually had KT yesterday in my playoff predictions ahead of Damwon and Sandbox for that matter. I really do believe that KT is really hot right now. And I think this is a matchup that they can win. However, if Showmaker does perform to the way we expect Showmaker to have performed all split long, I think that Damwon run him over. So it's kind of one of those situations. I think it's close if Showmaker doesn't show up. But if Showmaker does, I think they run away with it. LPL, EDG, and FPX. So, EDG, 7th, 11-5. FPX coming off of the win against OMG yesterday in 5 games. They only played once this past split, and it actually was opening day. EDG winning 2-1. Flandre going 14-4 and 20 in top. Now, this is where things get interesting with this matchup, as was the case actually looking at LNG and BLG yesterday. I had 2 players mentioned. It was because the rosters aren't the same anymore. In that matchup, EDG had Flandre and JJ. Now they have Flandre and Junjia. For the case of FPX, they had Jallahu and Clid. Now they have Summit and Clid. Now it comes down to what team, did EDG, this won 3 games, so did EDG drop off a bit by going with Junjia? I don't think so, personally. I think Junjia has been better for them. Now, JJ played well in that series, so it's not like JJ held them back at all. So it's kind of a wash in that way, in my opinion. Now, with Summit, I think Summit gives them a little bit more than what Jallahu did in terms of a champion pool, but at the same time, he really hasn't proven it. Really going with the Gnar more often than not, once in a while, a Gragas. It's hard to imagine Summit on an Ornn. I think he's picked it, but I can't. Like, when you close your eyes and think Summit, do you think Ornn? Which limits them. And Sejuani doesn't pick all that much, so, we'll find out what happens, because Shanji did do well against Summit in a couple of the games, for sure. Really winning the matchup, and I think Flandre is better than Shanji at this moment. I think Flandre has some picks up his sleeve as well that he might bring out. He brought the Vladimir out early on in the split in his matchup to win. So those are things that are kind of, things to think about. I do believe that in mid there is a massive mid gap between Scout and Care. Care did play very well, and I feel like if Care can stand his own, stand on his own 2 feet in this matchup, and maybe steal a game or at least steal a matchup, it'll confirm what we saw against OMG as him taking the next step forward in the playoffs in his rookie split. That's the thing. And in bot lane, though, EDG have a massive edge. Viper and Mako over LWX and Hung. I think that it's just a chasm. So, of these 2 series, I do definitely think the LCK one's closer. But that's my roundup for today. Like I said when this video started, the Discord link and Patreon link are in the description if you'd like to join them. By this point, hopefully there are boxes around me with videos from, yesterday that I uploaded, because I'm trying that out, seeing if people click on the videos, go to videos they may have missed. So go to those if those interest you. Like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content, and I really appreciate you giving me an opportunity and watching this video.